Hi, this is Sherry with Rehashfiber, and today I have a great pattern I'm going to share with you. Welcome everybody. This is called the Carob. It is a wonderful shawl by Amy Christoffers and Berroco. I'm going to tell you all about it. All right, so it's with a worsted weight yarn and a size 8 needle. Isn't that great? I work on every size needle, and I love it when a size 8 or higher project comes along and I go, oh, it's gonna move. I'm gonna see progress quicker. This is it. It's great. And it's with a worsted weight yarn. Now in Berroco's pattern, they suggest you use sesame, and I did see a friend working on it with sesame, and it looked really cool. This is alpaca, and I'll share that little story with you in a minute. It's really great because when you get the pattern, the instructions are in one paragraph. However, flip the page and you'll see 2 pages worth of charts. So you need 1 page of the chart to get you off going, and then the next page of chart, that is what you repeat throughout the whole thing. Now, when I got started in the pattern and the repeat section, I got a little hung up because I'm used to sections being actual true sections, and I even put stitch markers in there and thought I had to work within that section. This pattern moves across it a little bit. So I would say don't put stitch markers in there. Follow what the pattern says. You'll see when you have the repeat, you'll see it. It's going to come to you in a couple of times. And I did tape me working on it so that you can see what's going on. Because I don't want you to be stumped like I did. And for a few rows I was taken out and I wasn't getting it. So hopefully that'll help you be able to just keep going. Now to the yarn. My friend Sheila gave me some alpaca, fabulous. It was in the raw, so I processed it all the way through. When I was spinning it, I wasn't liking it. I was getting thin parts and thick parts. I couldn't control that well. And I was like, I didn't know what I was going to be able to do with the yarn. And I felt quite frustrated. So what I'm telling you is just carry on through with something, because you may have a love, hate, love as I had with this. Because as I started knitting it up, it was perfect. The thin and the thick, and even some like little poofy parts of the alpaca fur, it was perfect for this, because with it being all one color, any variation in the yarn helps to make it a little bit more unique. And it is. You can see some variations in color and some puffy spots, and I don't know, it worked out, so I was really thankful for that. So I'm telling you, the journey's not over till it's over. And it may happen, that doesn't work out for you, but you never know, and I hope that it does. So now let's check out the nuances to knitting this. The pattern is great. It has you cast on 4, then you knit 4 on the wrong side, and then off you go in the pattern. If you're unfamiliar with reading patterns, you work from right to left on the right side. So where the number is, you're working from right to left. Then on the wrong side, you're working from left to right, and the number is indicated on the left. There is a great key to the chart here. It tells you exactly what to do. So before you start this, you want to just brush up on your yarn overs, because there is a variety of different types throughout this pattern. If you need to make notes on your pattern of how to do the yarn overs, if you don't know them, I'm just going to go ahead and show you a couple of things about doing this pattern. I'm going to be showing you parts of the row 39. I've already been doing this for quite a while, and I'm on my 12th chart repeat. So my garment is almost there. Just so you see my setup, this is how I keep track of what row I'm on. And that's great, because if I'm watching TV, that's held fast and I can look at this, and this is how I know what row I'm on, and that's all I need. I'm going to demonstrate for you here some of the nuances of the pattern. I happen to be on row 39. However, if you look at the pattern, you'll see many other rows look like this or start off like this, and there's just a variation in count of some of the other stitches here, but just you can reference row 39 and match it up to wherever you're working if you have questions, but this repeats a lot throughout the whole pattern, so it'll be helpful. Row 39 starts with a knit stitch, immediately it has you doing a yarn over. Some of that alpaca sticks there. So to yarn over between knit stitches, just bring it forward and lay it over the needle and knit your next stitch. And you see there, you have your hole from the yarn over. Now as we start into the pattern, this has us purling 2 together, then purling across 4, now we're going to yarn over between a purl and a knit. So all you do is lay the yarn over this needle and knit. And you see there is your nice little yarn over hole. So there's a total of 6 knits here. Six, and then the 12 stitch pattern repeats again and again all the way across until you get to the last few. I worked across all of row 39. Now I'm to the last 7. So you see it was the same 12 pattern repeat all the way across. Now we're here to where I just finished up 6 of the knit stitches, and now I'm going to purl 2 together, purl 4, and then right here at the end there's another yarn over. So we're going from a purl to a knit. Just lay the yarn right over there, knit the last one. We have our nice little yarn over hole, and that's row 39. So you can just look at row 39, and then if there is a similar row, at least you have an idea of what you're doing with the yarn overs and the purls and the purling 2 together. On the main chart, I want you to see that after quite a few rows, at row 47, things change. So I just want you to be aware of that, and I'll show you how that row is worked. You'll see here, it's a knit, yarn over, purl 2 together. You're knitting across, then you're starting with a yarn over and purling 4, and then you're going to purl 2 together and knit 6. So I'll just show you how that works. So just remember, these 12 end up repeating, but don't worry when you get to this point and you see it traveling into the design, because the design shifts. At row 47, the pattern changes up, and I'm going to show you the nuances of the row and how it changes. So you start with a knit, then you have a yarn over, and your next stitch is going to be purling 2 together. So to do that yarn over, you bring the yarn to the front, but then you need to wrap it one more time to give it that yarn over. Now you can purl 2 together. Now the pattern calls for knitting 6. I want to show you as we go into the 6th how the pattern travels. We're now going into this purl here. So that's what threw me off in the beginning. And then if you realize you just follow the pattern, it works out. So this is our 6th knit. Now we're going to start the 12 stitch repeat. And that starts with a yarn over. And again, it's between a knit and a purl. So you bring the yarn forward, wrap it around one more time, bringing it forward again. And then we're going to purl 4. Now we're going to purl 2 together. And then knit 6. The last 12 stitches that we did are now repeated all the way across until you get to the end. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll show you again what happens when we get to the end of the row. I did the 12 stitch repeated pattern all the way across. Now we're to the last 7 stitches. So it's a yarn over between a knit and a purl again. So bring it forward, wrap it again. And we're going to purl 4. And the last 2, we're going to knit 2. And that is row 47. So you'll see as you go through the pattern, the rest of the rows are quite similar to that. You're just adding stitches. If you're just starting out on the pattern, you'll see that when you get to row 23, that's when things change up. And that's where I initially got a little confused on how things are supposed to go. Okay, you see what I mean, but it's great. Once you get rolling, you're rolling. And then you're just knitting a lot and you get the hang of the pattern and you end up with a beautiful big wrap that will just be so cozy on those cool days. All right, it's time to talk about Patreon again. If you don't know what Patreon is, it is how creators get paid for doing what they do. I love this, but it does cost to keep the lights running and some other things going on. And so if you'd like to support the show, you can go to my website, rehashfiber.com. There's a supporting member section, and you can go there, and for as little as $3 a month, you're helping keep the show going so I can keep doing this on and on for everybody. And I love doing it. You guys are great. I get comments often, and I appreciate it so much. It's just nice to know that what I'm putting into this and the joy that I'm having doing it is conveyed and you're getting something from it. So thank you for communicating with me. It's so much fun. And I look forward to getting out in the world even more and meeting more of you as time goes by. And on that note, I'm going to share something really exciting for me that's going to happen. So Jane of Fiber Art Gallery asked me to be a guest on Local Yarn Shop Day. It doesn't get any better than that. I get to be with a bunch of happy fiber artists in a room full of yarn and socializing. And so I'm super excited. And on that day, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to record it. I know there will be some pictures taken. I'll tell you about it and share it with you. And I'm just really excited. All right, everybody. If you choose to knit the Carob shawl, I hope you find the right yarn that you love to work with. I want to wish you happy knitting, and thanks for watching.